Hello friends. Welcome to the New Level TT channel. Channel where all table tennis secrets are at one place. This episode will be little different. There will be no sections, but it will be divided into two separate videos. In this part we will be talking about reasons and factors that players should be incorporating in their movement training. We will be talking also about previous episodes and roles they play in positioning. This will become more evident once you understand this and all previous lessons in the series. Fifth lesson is the final piece of this first seemingly very difficult puzzle. Positioning is very subjective topic if development of a player is not carefully planned. It can become the biggest obstacle for players' growth. In the ideal world, both players cannot lose the point if they are at the right place at the right time. Perfect example can be this one. This 50-year-old computer game is obviously incomparable with complexity of table tennis, but it demonstrates the most fundamental and very difficult part of it. So, our friends, let's move to the numbers. In previous lessons, we were slowly preparing you for effective positioning. And here we are. Positioning is all about when to move and where to move. Most general advice on the positioning is to cover the angles your opponent can play. This means to find two extreme angles under which the ball on the opponent's paddle can leave your side of the table. That is perfect, right? Problem is that for the most players, it is not possible to move quickly enough. They also struggle because their stroke mechanics and body posture for forehand and backhand shot are not optimal. Players are focusing only on the similar reach on both sides. This is only half of the story. It means that for every ball they still need to move and even rotate body very significantly, but they do it only when they know the exact place. This creates uncertainty in the game and actually slows the player in the process. Now, did you notice the two aspects in the positioning? Yes, once again it is the time and space. Do you remember stroke span and energy focusing lessons? To solve the space part of the problem, we already proposed idea of stroke span and energy focusing. They are hopefully your second best friend from now on. Those lessons were about playing strokes from very similar positions and about how to use energy to redirect the ball trajectory instead of center of rotation adjustment for flat perpendicular hitting. These details are left for the second part of lesson. So, what about a time part? Okay, do you remember lessons on trajectories and the two key actions? Yes, those should be your really best good friend. Those two lessons were about time division of expected ball trajectories, how to get feel of the rhythm, and about association of players' actions to them. So all these lessons actually contained basics for proper positioning already. Now, try to add one more recovery jump after every stroke, and you have a lot to process, learn and memorize. Good news is that you can improve your positioning and movement timing at the same time. Do multiple drills to sharpen your two key actions, and after every hit, perform recovery jump. After some time, it will feel like you do one hit and two jumps, plus small adjustment. Once you do two jumps between hits, then you are slowly starting to feel how to adjust your position according to the game situation. But the idea is to get used to the rhythm and catch important beats. If you really learn how to feel the rhythm, you can even divide time between some beats. It means that it doesn't matter if you use jump, shuffle or cross step. Your brain needs to process how far you need to move and when, and it decides for you how to do it. It is subconscious. This is where the speed comes from. Footwork training is more about sequencing and muscle memory. Positioning is matter of using feet to effectively work with time and space. In many situations, recovery jump ends up already in the proper position for the next stroke. So in the simplest case, split step that follows is just small jump back. Those are mainly situations where you play cross exchanges. In another situations, split step is used also for the leg switching and creation of optimal working distance for the stroke. The biggest advantage of split step for positioning is that it allows both legs move freely in the air. You can decide which leg lands first and if the other one will be in front or behind the first one. Then follows final adjustment before the stroke, during backswing if necessary. Remember, your split step ended and the ball still does not cross the net, so you still have time for adjustments. This have also impact on the anchoring and transitions. To plant the anchor for the stroke, you can anchor playing leg right away and adjust the second leg, or land the other leg first and move anchor closer to the ball. Transition from forehand to backhand is harder, in general, because you have less time to move the anchor bigger distance before stroke execution. When you try to hit after shuffle from right to left, you will find that there are two additional problems. First one is that finishing the shuffle step takes more of ball travel time. Second is that changing momentum back to your anchor to load the stroke is against desired movement. In the second part of the lesson, we will look at the position adjustment model and how to use it to analyze optimal leg positions in different situations. Until then, do not forget also to subscribe.